Under the cold, watchful gaze of the full moon, the railway tracks stretched endlessly into the void, iron rails gleaming faintly beneath the pale light. This forgotten stretch of steel, half buried in gravel and shadow, was where the story began, where time fractured and the past clawed its way into the present. The night was unnaturally still, and the silence pressed in like water, thick and suffocating. Ethan had always been drawn to this place. As a boy, he'd listened wide-eyed to his grandfather's tales, stories of a once bustling railway line that now lay abandoned, swallowed by rust and regret. The line had been decommissioned decades ago, after a series of unexplained disappearances and tragedies. Rumors clung to the rails like moss, accidents, hauntings, entire trains vanishing into mist. Now, years later, Ethan walked those same tracks, boots crunching over cold gravel, moonlight casting his shadow long and thin. He wasn't here out of nostalgia. He'd received a letter, no return address, no name. Just a scroll in shaking, uneven handwriting. Find the station beneath the bridge before midnight. The truth awaits. A cruel wind brushed past him, rattling the skeletal branches of trees flanking the tracks. The sensation of being watched grew stronger with each step. Though no train had run this way in decades, he could almost hear the distant echo of a whistle, ghostly and wrong. He pressed on, each step a beat in a heart that already knew something was terribly wrong. The bridge appeared ahead, rising like a monument to the forgotten. Its concrete pillars were stained with decades of grime and decay, graffiti half faded on its flanks. Beneath it, the entrance to the underpass yawned open, dark and waiting. Overhead lamps flickered weakly, buzzing like dying insects. Ethan hesitated at the threshold. The air beneath the bridge was heavy, too still, too quiet. The city's distant hum barely reached here. This was a pocket of time untouched by progress, a wound in the earth that refused to heal. Ethan's fingers brushed the rusted railing as he stepped inside, flashlight in hand. The tunnel swallowed him whole. Each footstep echoed too loudly, like the tunnel itself was amplifying his presence. Shadows shifted just beyond the beam of light. Then, a whisper. It came so suddenly, he almost dropped the flashlight. His name. Software close. Impossible. He froze. The sound had been real. He wasn't alone. The whisper called again from deeper within. He should have turned back, but the letter burned in his memory, and curiosity clawed past his fear. Deeper into the dark he walked, until something slowly emerged through the haze ahead. A platform, cracked, forgotten, and bathed in a sickly glow. There it was. The station. Its roof sagged, the windows shattered, paint peeled like flaking skin. A rusted bench sat near the edge of the platform, warped and forgotten. Only one flickering bulb remained, casting erratic shadows that danced like specters. Ethan stepped up. The silence here was different. Not just absence of sound, but anticipation. From inside the derelict building came a faint golden glow, seeping from beneath a door labeled Maintenance. Heart hammering, he approached. The scent of rust, mildew, and something else, older, fouler, curled in the air. With trembling fingers, he pushed the door open. Inside was a single train car. Faded yellow, half buried in dust and time. The seats were ripped, sagging under unseen weight. Cobwebs stretched between handrails. But something waited there. A leather-bound journal, perfectly preserved on one torn seat, as if placed for him. He opened it. The pages were brittle, edges browned with age. The entries told the story of Samuel, a conductor who vanished one stormy night. His last words hinted at something beneath the tracks, a presence that fed on fear, lured the lonely, and twisted time itself. The final entry was little more than a frantic scroll. The line never ends. It just loops back. I see them every night. They're waiting. The temperature plummeted. Shadows inside the train car stirred. Then, the door behind Ethan slammed shut, plunging the space into darkness. Panic flared. His flashlight clicked on, beam trembling in his grip, and caught a figure standing at the end of the car. It was Samuel, or what was left of him. His conductor's uniform was tattered, soaked with age and despair. His eyes were hollow sockets, staring past Ethan with unfathomable grief. His mouth moved. His voice was barely a whisper over the rising moan of the wind. You shouldn't have come. It never ends. Ethan backed away, crashing into seats. The floor beneath his feet began to tremble. Screeching metal echoed all around him, as though a train were arriving. But no train came. Instead, shadows surged forward like a wave. Hands, cold, invisible, grasped at his jacket, his arms trying to drag him under. Ethan screamed. With every ounce of strength, he lunged for the door. It gave way. And he ran. Out into the night, down the tracks, chased by the howls of the damned and the shriek of an invisible engine. He didn't stop running until the sun broke over the horizon, burning away the nightmare with its light. But the experience never left him. He tried to explain, to warn others. His brother and parents dismissed it. The railway? Long gone. No record of a station under the bridge, no train cars, no Samuel. The maps showed nothing. But Ethan knew. At night, when the moon was high, he could still hear the whistle, distant, hollow, calling him back. And beneath the bridge, in the rotting skeleton of a forgotten station, the rusted train car still waited. Hungry, listening, eternal.